Right, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a beautiful looking car. This is the Mazda MX-5 2-litre Sport Tech. It's the coupe version, as you can see, Roadster with electric roof rather, fitted with these gorgeous looking optional alloy wheels in black. This particular car, obviously on a 2010 10 plate, it's now just crept over the 70,000 mark. I do apologise, because I've been using this for the last few days and been having lots of fun in it. It's a wonderful, wonderful car. But just to go around the car for you, it's been very well looked after. Just to say, front bumper of the car, very good, but there are some light, very light stone chips on there, which obviously tend to show up on the black. They are very light, there's no big ones or anything, but you know, I try, and I'm being nitpicking as well, by the way, so don't think they're horrendous, they're not. Likewise, the bonnet, a few, again, light stone chips, and a couple that have been touched in previously, but completely in keeping with the age and mileage of the car. And they said they are light as well, so there's no big chips in the bonnet at all. But I do try and be sort of critical on these videos. Coming down the near side of the car, very clean in the panel work, really very clean car, looks absolutely stunning. Front wing, pretty much unmarked. Front alloy, completely unmarked. Like, oh, actually, to the light, there's a tiny bit of curbing. Sorry, it's hard to see on these because of the colour of them, but it's very, very, very faint. And then coming down the main panel work, you can see there, it's all really, really good. Rear alloy, very, very, very clean. And just to show you the roof as well, absolutely no marks, dents, scratches or anything on there at all. The boot lid, again, no dents or marks. People sort of put things on top of the boot lid just and damaged it. And then come around the back of the vehicle, all very, very, very clean. So come around to the off side of the car now. I'll just squat down, again, really clean the panel work. I did see one tiny little dimple dent, which I will show you, because again, try and be critical on these things. Rear alloy, absolutely beautiful, really lovely design. The colour suits the car perfectly. And panel work here, just in the middle of the door. You can just see it there, at the faintest, tiniest little dimple dent, but it is there, and I like to point these things out. Certainly doesn't detract from the car in any way, of course. And then the final alloy, very, very good condition, with just a tiniest bit of curbing on the outside, but overall on the outside, car that's in absolutely beautiful condition. So quickly sat in the car now, I'm going to walk around the outside of the car with the roof down, just to show you how it goes down. Release it there, simple as that, then press the button here, and hopefully if I can turn the camera around, you can see it retract, but all working beautifully and very, very quick in operation as well. And that's it. So as promised, just a really quick walk around the car with the roof down. I've done the main panel work just to show you. I mean, it looks absolutely stunning, this car, it really, really does. Someone's going to be a very lucky bunny who gets this one. But it does look absolutely gorgeous with roof down. And the way the hood folds in is really smooth, very classy, the way it's done. So it gives it a really good view and sort of a angle on the vehicle. Just coming to the boot area of the car, in all honesty it looks absolutely brand new back here. It doesn't look as though the boot's really ever been used. In fact, you can see the original factory sticker on the back there, just so whoever had the car decided obviously not to use the boot. Just show you the inside of the vehicle, all in very nice condition. Dry as a bone in here, leather work is absolutely fantastic, it really, really is. I'll go around to the driver's seat more closely in a second. Looks absolutely stunning in there. Just come down to the driver's side now. Footwell area is all really good, all the carpets, no holes, skags or anything in there at all. Driver's seat of the vehicle, again, in wonderful condition, kept absolutely beautifully. So sat inside the car now, just to pan around the dashboard, but all very, very, very nice indeed. This is obviously later versions, this has got air conditioning as standard. As you can see there, you've got the adjustable heated seats as well on the vehicle. The only sign of wear on the interior of the car, as you can hopefully see there, is where the chrome on the gear knob just rubs away, because your hand generally you rest the palm of your hand on the back of the gear lever. But again, said, it's certainly keeping the age and mileage of the car. And then to come up to the main binnacle, as I do apologise because it has now 70,395. Crikey, I've been busier than I thought. But fabulous, the car's absolutely stunning. Just very quickly show you, full owner's manual pack is here and present with the car, and very importantly, lock and wheel nut is here too. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Mazda MX-5 2-litre Sport, and this particular car is registered SG10MZJ, and the mileage at the start of this brief road test has now crept up to 70,388 miles. These are wonderful cars. The reason we do the video is very simple indeed. We want customers to see the cars that we're selling actually in operation. That way, if there are any issues with the car, we can and we do relay them back to you. We know just how frustrating it is to travel long distances, taking up lots of your time, only to find out that there's a fundamental problem with the car which you clearly should have been told about. So coming back to this particular vehicle, been very, very, very well looked after mechanically. It's going to be going off for an MOT, an independent MOT, a little bit later today. I do apologise, I should have turned my phone off, but it's still on at the moment. But yeah, so we don't do our own MOT, so that's it. That's the MOT test station phoning me to find out where the car is, so I better hurry up with this one. The engine starts instantaneously, very smooth, very even idle. There's no vibrations, there's nothing at all coming back through the car. It's all in very, very nice order. It revs so sweetly, these engines, they're absolutely brilliant. No warning lights on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. And the temperature gauge is running at around about a third, which is exactly where it should be on one of these vehicles as well. Sorry, hopefully they'll stop ringing in a second. Well, there we go. But the engine is, as I say, it's a wonderful unit. I've always maintained in my videos, and I stand by it, that they do two engine options really on this age of car, the 1.8 and the 2 litre. I love the 2 litres, that's all we really buy. There's nothing wrong with the 1.8, it's a great engine. Strong, reliable, sounds lovely, pulls well. But personally, I buy the MX-5s to use them, to have fun in them, and I just find that the 2 litre engine exploits the chassis better than the 1.8. It's got more grunt. You don't have to work the engine so hard the whole time. It's just one I've preferred. So it is a choice, and it's only an opinion, but my opinion is I prefer this unit. And as an example of one, this is spot on, really is. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch of the car, smooth, positive, bite point is exactly where it should be. Can't fault it, it's exactly as it should be. Gearbox on the car, absolutely brilliant. I mean, it is a stunning gearbox. I mean, just for fun, just changing gear is so simple. You can be swift with it, but it's so precise. You drop, go from 6th to 4th there without any problem at all. Blip it down to 3rd. It's just a fantastic gearbox, straight into the gearbox below, obviously, which obviously helps with why it's so crisp and even. Crisp and even, that's Christmassy. Crisp and precise in the way it operates. It's so, so good. And again, the point of video is to pick up on any issues. I can't find anywhere in that gearbox at all. I wouldn't expect to. They're incredibly strong boxes. Steering of the car is lovely, of course. It tracks bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel at all. I'm now at the legal limit as well. So all absolutely spot on. As I said, there's no obvious free play in it. There's no detectable wear in it. But it's the quality of the steering which is just astonishing. It really makes for the perfect sports car. It's quick enough without being over direct. But what it's got is just incredible amounts of feedback for a modern car. It's a wonderful setup, it really is. and it matches the chassis of the car absolutely perfectly as well. I mean, it really is. It's a brilliant system. The chassis is fluid, precise, balanced. It's, you know, for this type of car, I mean, it's won numerous awards, obviously everyone knows that. I mean, but you can see why when you drive them. It's very smooth to drive, very comfortable, firm but comfortable, and that's a hallmark of a very good car. You don't have to have super hard springs and everything else to make a car handle well, and this is case in point. It's just it's a joy to drive, it really is. And again, you can't feel anything underneath the chassis of the vehicle that gives away any kind of wear, or sort of knocks or bangs or anything underneath. It's absolutely smooth. I mean, it's been so well looked after that it comes, as it says, absolutely no surprise. The brakes on the car, with a lovely brake pedal. It's solid, it's powerful. There's no pulsing, there's no vibrations coming back through the brake pedal at all. It's exactly as they should be. But they look in very fine order. It looks like the rear discs are quite recent on it as well, but all the pads and discs are in very fine condition. Inside the car, really great places to sit and drive a car. You just concentrate driving, really. You've got, you know, just all the information directly in front. Binnacles, dead easy to assimilate the information, take it all in, you know, dominating rev counter and speedo as it absolutely should be. But then on these later versions, we've obviously got air conditioning working perfectly, heated seats all working exactly as they should, and wonderfully built. Not a squeak, not a buzz, not a rattle. It's pretty much the perfect car. They are just wonderful. Signs of wear, absolutely minimal on it. There's very little. There's a couple of light marks on the glove box lid that I can see, but the only one that's sort of more obvious, and it's actually quite common on this version of the car, on the gear lever right at the bottom, because they've got this sort of chrome surround on them now, and the chrome sort of paint, if for want of expression, just rubs away slightly, and it is on there. You know, we try and be honest on these videos and tell you exactly what it is, but that is the sum total. You know, you could buy a replacement gear knob if you really wanted to. I wouldn't, and it's completely in keeping with the age and mileage of the car, but it's there, and it needs pointing out. But the car drives beautifully. You know, the point of the video, as I said at the start, is to show you the car actually in operation and pick up on any issues. There's no faults I can find on this car at all. It drives absolutely beautifully. It really does. Whoever's lucky enough to get this one will be buying a really fine car. Must admit, I've had a few days of fun in it. You know, put some miles in it. Just wanted to enjoy the car and wanted to have fun in it before I sort of really pushed the sale of the vehicle. I love it, absolutely love it. So anyway, that concludes the video. Hope it's been of some help to you. If, however, I missed anything out on the video, then as always, don't hesitate, do give me a call, and I'll happily answer any questions you might have about the car.